App Game Kit cheat sheet. So this won't be so much of a lesson or a tutorial, more than a showcase of a reference document I created. It's basically a cheat sheet that goes through most, if not all, well, expect most of the App Game Kit basic syntax. So it goes through the very basics. It's not about let's clarify another thing. I did not create this to teach programming. I created this for people who already know programming and want to learn the App Game Kit basic syntax real fast. If you're learning programming, I think it might also help. So let's go from the basics. It shows you the variables, the data types. App Game Kit has int, strings, and floats. So it shows you how to do that, how to create variables. Yeah, I did a few of the math functions I use a lot, like tangents, cosinus, and sinus. And yeah, I wanted the absolute value too. And I also covered the global variable. Then I went on to showcase how to use loops like the while loop and for loop. And then how to use arrays in different ways, or how the syntax works in App Game Kit. Let's see. Get first element in array. So this will get probably this one. Yeah, and then I showed different types of arrays. Multi-dimensional arrays, how to loop an array. And I didn't find the split, explode, or however they call it. But I did find a way to get data from a string with delimiter like comma. So this one will get the first element, it will get blah. Basically from txt string, it will get the first element separated by a comma. I used it a lot when I started game programming. I put it here for any case. And then I covered ifs, how to use the short case, or the short way of using an if, else's, and an or, and not operator, and then a few other operators. I wrote a big comment, and then I covered functions, the basic way, it return the arguments, etc, etc. And then I covered the types. App Game Kit does not have classes, but it does have sort of structs, if you know C or C++. So yeah, that's a basic struct, and that's a struct inside the struct. That's how to initialize something like that. I also show how to initialize the Y point. And then I show a better, well, in my opinion, a simpler way to initialize a type with a function. And then I show how to put types in an array, how to create a type array, how to loop it. Let's say you're in a game loop and you want to loop all the bullets. So that's how you do it, like move it by angle, check collision detection, etc, etc. All inside the bullet array loop. And then I did some of the 2D rendering methods, like in App Game Kit they have sprites. So I showed the basic way of how to create and manipulate a sprite, like its position, its angle, its alpha, how to change its image, how to delete it. And when I usually do these cheat sheets, I also show the file I/O. So I created an example of how to write data to a file, which it saves on app data on Windows computer, and how to read that file. inside the game loop I just print stuff. Like let's say print me is here. It yeah, gets a lot of data from loops. Oh, and yeah, also that's casting. Like I is an int, I cast it to a string here. Let's see. So yeah, then inside the loop, let's see what I do inside the loop. I also show how to draw primitives. And yeah, that's kind of it. There's not much to it. It's a very good reference tool if you forget how to do stuff like how to loop an array, how do you do not operator. Like in most programming languages it's an exclamation mark, but here it's this thing. Or how to use and or even an else if. And yeah, that's kind of it for this video.